Ladies and gentlemen, race fans from around the world, obviously, we are getting ready for an electrifying night of high-speed action. We're coming live from you from the legendary Nürburgring without chicane, no chicane, that's also called the WEC WEC layout. It's round 18 and 19 for Backfire Simsport TCR Championship, and with the championships battle reaching its boiling point, Miguel currently on top, right behind him, Greg Defron. Every point, every overtake, and every strategic decision. Strategic? Is that a word, Sam? Well, strategic, that is a word. Decision could make the difference between a victory and heartbreak. The Nürburgring is a circuit that demands perfection, tight corners, aggressive braking zones, high-speed sections, with everything you have to offer as a skill set as a race driver and racecraft. In the booth with me is Samuel Busing. Welcome, Sam.
Hello, everybody.
So we had a little difficulty. We blamed Pete for setting up the session wrong, and apparently it's iRacing's fault. So we are happy to announce that Pete is still a peephole for not being here and going on holiday. Oh, anyway, of course, you're in the best possible commentating team ever. And with me and Sam, we bring you every move, every strategy, and every dramatic moment for the passion, precision, and expert analysis. Because that was what we do, Sam.
Oh, jeez.
Turn on the volume and get ready, guys. It is round 18 and 19 for the Backfire Simsport Championship. We are gonna light it up. I am really looking forward to this one. Normally, I would race and try to wreck people because that is what I do as a Geo driver. Especially certain people, starting with a D and ending with ending with Avid. That's the people I want to wreck, and everybody knows that. But I'm messing with y'all. Anyway, Sam, have you been following the season?
I followed race 1, and that's about it.
So you followed race 1, so you
Yeah, I
haven't got
was
a
in it.
clue. Oh, yeah, you
That's
were
why.
in it, I remember.
Yeah. No, I haven't really followed the season. I had to take some of the Wednesdays off, so that's why I did not follow really well. But I've seen a bit of the track. It's been chaotic, but it's been better recently. So I think the drivers are getting used to each other. The new drivers are settling in the back. So I'm expecting quality racing today, although the Nürburgring track is not the easiest one to go around. So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think that the Nürburgring is one of those tracks you either like it or you don't. Well, you can say that about every track, but there's certain people are massively quick on it, especially just the first sector nailing it because the corner is super tight. I think it's about 172 degrees. It's not a 180, but it's a 172 or something. It's a weird number. And all the Germans which are racing a home race are probably going to correct me on this one because I probably make statistics up like this. But you have to deal with that because, again, we are the best commentating team ever. Currently, can we get the standings up, Sam?
Oh geez, you're asking me that after the issue we had? No, not right now.
Well, let me go through it.
There's too many. I can't set that up right now. Sorry.
No worries about that. I'll go through the top 10 currently. So on top currently is Miguel Freitas. Closely followed by James Holman. I thought that Greg Defron was second, but apparently he dropped down to third after having some bad. I think he had a bad second race on Imola last week. Fourth currently is Alberto Zigolini. There's only 70 points between him and Greg Defron. Fifth is Pete Newman, and I'm quite surprised to see Pete out there. Not because he's not skilled. He's an amazing driver, an amazing talented driver. You can race with him door to door, but I haven't seen much of him, but he just slips through the cracks, you know. He's one of those drivers. Then sixth, Daniel Mills, the guy who always ruins my quali laps, and he knows. He always apologizes, but I know deep down he doesn't mean anything of what he says about that. He just likes to ruin my laps. And then seventh, David Johansson. Eighth is Simon Trendo. Ninth, Sam Blees, who's currently my new teammate, but he is in the white team, I think. Or the black team, I don't know. And on 10th is J.M. Gomez. Well, the gap on top between the first three is less than 19 points. And I think we're going to be in a hell of a season ending if they are going to keep up this quality pace that they have been showing. So currently we are 5 minutes in quali. Daniel Mills did the quickest lap. That's because, again, he didn't ruin my lap today. So now apparently he's quick. Greg Defron, his teammate in second. Gonzalo Fabi, third. Fourth, Alejon. Fifth is James Holman. So I think the usual suspects are up there. Did you have any thoughts about who's going to win this race, Sam?
Oh man, I have absolutely no clue. This is a tough one to call because first I have to follow the season since the start. There's new drivers that came in after the last race I did. I have absolutely no clue where they sit in terms of pace. I know there's a lot of new quick guys. So I will go with last season champ Stephen Walker, just because he won last season. I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, Stephen is always a safe bet. Yeah, as you said, you haven't been here a lot for the races with valid reasons. But I know some inside information about Stephen Walker. He has been the most unluckiest person this season. He keeps getting hit in the second session in the feature race. I think that he's been crashed into the last 5-6 races. Last race, it was a small incident with James Holman. He instantly apologized. They were racing close and think that James lost sight of his brake marker. No harm done. But it's just unfortunate how unlucky he has been. But we had seasons where he always wore his lucky pants, so I think he deserves all the bad luck that's coming to him this season.
Yeah, it has to happen sometimes, you know. You can't defeat luck for so much time that you just win everything. So yeah, he's got competition. He's currently sitting 7th. So yeah, he's middle of the pack of the pros, I guess, which is not too bad, but that's not extremely impressive either. First lap though, we know tires take some time to heat up in TCRs, and the more you run, the better lap you do. As we see James Holman stopping.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong about the tires though, but I think that's what I listen about and learn from all the drivers.
Yeah, I think that the influx of drivers we had, we've been running this TCR league for 18 seasons now. Is it 18? I think it's 18.
It's 19. We are in 719 now.
Oh,
so
yeah, sorry.
We've completed 18 seasons, yes.
Yeah. So we completed 18 seasons, and we had our ups and downs with how many drivers we had. We also, it used to be obviously a multi-class series with GT4 involved. And I think at a certain point GT4 fell off, and now it completely came back to life when all the new cars got released. But then we already switched to TCRs, and I think it was mainly because Gary Gregg was back then was a fanatic driver, and we also had Pete driving TCR. You were driving TCR.
No.
You were.
No.
You didn't. You don't know. You don't remember because you were so bad at it, and you pressed it down
I've
corner.
driven TCR like 10 times maybe in my life. I hate front wheel drive, so no.
You can't remember because you drove like 200 races, but you can't remember. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
It's all backed up in a dark corner of a place where you don't want to think about. Well, anyway, we at a certain point decided to switch to TCR only, and I think that was a good move. We are obviously not in any competition with any other leagues. I think that we are one of the longest running leagues, especially during weeknights, and we want to keep this momentum going. We had, as you mentioned in the beginning of the season, because of the large influx, we had drivers not knowing each other in a lot of incidents. But it's all settled down like 3 or 4 races ago, even on very tight and like for Long Beach, for example. That is one of the most blockiest tracks. And somehow, even when people got hit or got crashed into, they managed to steer their cars out of the traffic and basically take a self-sacrifice and be sure that the race continued, which is, I think, is great.
Yeah, it's pretty good, especially when you have like 30 plus cars on track. It's really easy to get the track blocked when something happened at the front, especially on a track like Long Beach, as you said. Block track is something pretty common in this TCR race, but yeah, I think I've seen some replays, and I've watched some lives. It's been pretty good overall. People getting out of the way, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I earlier went through the pro standings. I didn't forget about the pro and AM, but I didn't want to read the whole thing. So, but the thing is that we obviously have three different standings during this race. 3 different classes actually. So classes, no, not classes, but how do you even say that? Well, whatever. So we got pro AM, and we got AM. We went through the pro standings, and now we're going through the pro AM standings, where Chris Young is currently the leading car. Behind him, René Earhart, Peter van Gol. I can say Dutch because, well, he's Dutch. 4th is Tony Walker. 5th is Carl Hardy. 6th is Jura Lakonen. 7th is Dietmar Huus. 8th is Stefan Gobel. I think in German it's Stefan Gobel. Correct me if I'm wrong, Stefan. 9th is Demis Tichelaar. And 10th is Jimmy Wilson currently. Chris Young, he's been haunting me, man, during these races. Like, every time I drive, I'm like, that's a pro driver, right? And I look at the numbers, like, it's pro AM, and like, I just get annoyed because he's so quick. I think he even has more. I think he even has more points than me currently. Oh no, I got him! I got 9 points more. That's so good.
Until today, because you're obviously missing the race yourself to step up from Pete, and you will not score points today, so that will be your drop round.
I think I would definitely. I deserve at least 300 points for, well, covering for Pete. That brings me right back in the championship. I think that we all agree that I should get 300 points. If anybody's against it, let me know. I'll ignore you.
Before the end of the race.
Before the end of the race.
That way they can't tell you, and then you score the points. Okay, good. Let's go
I
with
think that we'll go with that. So currently, looking at the highest rated Pro AM car is Chris Young. Behind him is René Earhart on 10th and 11th. And looking at the highest AM driver currently is Rob Sutherland, Stefan Gobel behind him, and Daniel Lewis on 27th. The field is so strong this season. It reminds me of the season I did in WTCRS or whatever, TCC, I can't remember the name. But we had so many crashes in that league. Sorry. We had so many crashes back there in that league where everybody was just fighting hand over fist. And it also happened in the beginning, but looking at the Shen numbers and the amount of skill we have attracted to the league, I am honestly deeply, highly impressed with Pete, but don't tell him that he managed to do this.
Yeah, no, hopefully he's not watching either, so he doesn't know what we're saying about him.
No.
Yeah, it's all good.
We told him several times to go away, and you and I will take care of things, and obviously we did.
Yeah, sure. The broadcast was set up way before the race.
Way before the race. And we wanted just 5 minutes of leeway.
Yeah, of course. The session creation went smoothly. So hopefully the race will be smooth and will go smooth. So we have, a better experience for the aftermath of the 3-man session creation.
Oh, well, it will. It will work out. So, qualifying coming to an end. Standings coming to a close. Currently, still Daniel Mills on top with Gonzalo Fabi. I think he's still trying to get a lap in. Or is this Gonzalo Fabi? I think this is
He's a bit...
He just reset it. Also, Matthias Penteler, he did one race with us. And it was Daytona. He was massively quick. And he's a good driver. Raced against him and several officials. A respectful driver, but also one of next level class. But Daniel Mills, this is going to be his first pole position on our league. So congratulations on him. Let's go through the standings, and I'll extend the grid because I have to do that. I just remembered. Was that too quick? No, I wasn't. So first, Daniel Mills. Second, Gonzalo Fabi. And third, Miguel Freitas. Not surprised to see him up there. Fourth, Matthias Penteler. Fifth is Alberto Consolini. Sixth is Greg Defron. Seventh, James Holman. Eighth, Stephen Walker. Jesus Alejandro is ninth. And Chris Young is rounding up the top 10. 11th is René Earhart. And 12th is my old teammate, Andreas Gilman. 13th is Constantino Marino. 14th is Simon Trendo, and Pete Newman is coming in 15th. 16th is Callum Brandt, and again, I hit Callum, so apologies for last race. JM Comas on 17th. Stefan Goebel on 18th, and Jay Colley. I hope you have fun, mate. I wish you all the best. So Jay Calls on 19th. 20th is Dietmar Huus. Rounding up the starting at 21st is Tony Walker. 22nd is Wayne Douglas. 23rd is Alex Silvano Giledo, and Demis Tegelaar is 24th. To 25th is Michael Hall, and Rob Sutherland is 26th. Daniel Lewis is 27th, and Silas Gobel is 28th. JB Dejeu. I always ask him from time to time how to pronounce it, but it's apparently Dejeu. Wait, give me 1 second because Miguel, that won't happen because that's a visual bug. So Gerard Lecon is 30th, and 21st is Peter van Gool. 32nd is Jamie Wilson, and Derek Crowther is 31st. 34th is Paul Hurley, and rounding up the grid at the back is Chris Dixon. So sorry for that interference because I was just reacting on something I heard on the radio. So we are almost ready for the lights. The lights are off. They are about to turn red. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, and almost there. And here we go. We have a good start in the middle. I think that's Sigolini getting away quite quickly of Gomez. all the way at the front. It's already free ride in all the way in the back, where I see Alex Lado driving with Daniel Sigala. And in the inside, Daniel Mills is holding it up. And they got it bunched up. And now this is a super tight corner. I see a slight. I think that's Stephen Walker just getting a slight nudge. But everybody got through cleanly. It's 70 wide all the way at the back. 3 wide at the front. Oh, man, this is going to be an exciting race if we keep this up. Daniel's almost checking out. On the inside, you see Stephen Walker defending. Sam Blees is not here, so he has to do it all by himself. On the inside of Stephen Walker is Chris Young, which I just mentioned earlier. I'm always surprised by his pace. At the back, a little bit wide there. I think that was Callum Brandt, but he got out of it. He got just overtook Pete Newman. Is all in the middle of the fight, and there might have been a slight nudge, but Sam, the cameraman, missed everything. Man, Sam, I'm out of breath.
Yeah, I can tell. Stop screaming like that, man. What do you think? You're not Fox Sports.
I am Fox Sport. I am. Look at me. I am Fox Sport now. Well, to be honest, it just gets me excited. You know, that is how I sit in the car screaming like a moron.
Oh, not just in the car, in everything.
Hell, that was. So I see JB trying to make a move on the rear of Paul Hurley and on the inside of Dietmar Huns, following Daniel Lewis through.
That is pretty exciting, yes. There's battle all over the place, of course, as this is the first lap, and you've got everybody side by side. A bit of dust for P14 and maybe P13, although Simon is a bit ahead of everybody. Side by side too.
It does me proud. I'm proud of everyone too. Oh, that is a big wobble from Gonzalo Gomez, and now Pete Newman is. Well, trying to pick up the pieces on the outside, has to take the dirty line. Now I'm curious, is he going to be able to stick it out on the outside? What are your expectations, Sam?
I mean, it is possible to stick out on the outside because you carry more speed. You basically shove the exit of the corner from the guy, and then you're maybe on the outside for this hairpin, but if you manage it right, you can stay on the outside, and then you're inside for all of the other corners for the arena complex, which is quite a big advantage, if you ask me.
And that is why I have you next to me, Sam, because I don't know shit about the track. I can say shit, right? Because Pete isn't here.
Well, you can't say shit because you're on BSTV. No disrespect to the channel, you know, I love it as much as everybody, as anything else. But that's what we're here for.
We are here for cursing words. We're 5-year-olds and we're gonna laugh at it.
Side by side going to the hairpin. We changed name last year, so I don't know what the name is.
Got the corner names. Corner. I'm not Googling this, no, definitely not.
Oh, I forgot to load the cameras. Or the TCRs. Jamie won't be happy.
Well, Jamie, he's gonna be fine, man. So I got a couple of the corners. So I think the first one is called Hooghaken. And then you enter the Mercedes Arena. So Jay Cawley, 17th. Camera's currently on him. Is he gonna feel the pressure though? Is he gonna feel the fact that I wished him good luck and he is on my to kill list? He knows that because he was being not so nice to me. He was being definitely a little bit of challenging me in the TCR Discord and the general Discord. So I hope you are doing well, Jay, and I hope you won't make any mistakes.
Otherwise, you're gonna laugh about him.
Oh, definitely. And we got the super slow-mo if he does.
Okay, let's do that. You know I love the super slow-mo when somebody crashes. Still side by side for 29th position.
And if you look at how close the field currently is, the top 10 is within, I think, 4 seconds of each other. They're all back-to-back 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths behind each other. At the end of the top 10, you see Andreas Gilman. He is slightly losing touch on Stephen Walker, though he just regained 2 tenths. Oh, that is a kill from Stephen Walker. He's getting his quota in. Gio, watch out. Please not mention press on the brake. Oh, man.
That was...
How did he save that? How did they get through? Oh, unsafe return.
Yeah, the
Come
rejoin
on,
wasn't
man.
the best though.
Oh, that was break.
Can he still brake though? Because there's, you know, the wheels are completely
Oh
destroyed.
man, yeah. Okay, so that was like 4 or 5, 6 hits, and I think we luckily didn't have a blocked track, and that is one of the advantages of this track. It's just super wide, but I think there was some netcode involved, but it looked like Steven moved over and tapped this on the inside. A little bit of a late move. Steven going on the outside, moving to the right and keeps on moving, and taps. That's a misjudgment call. Then Consino Marino tries to get back on track, but I think he breaks there. That was safe enough. Somehow the drivers got through. Then he got back on track, and I think that was a little bit tenacious. You see Stefan Goebel getting around that, and I can't see which car just hit him on the rear, and then just snowballed. Oh man, that is not what we want to see, especially not for Constantino, because he had, especially the first bit, he had no fault of his own getting hit there.
No. If anything, the only thing I will put on him is the rejoin after walls, but I can understand you're in a rush to get back on track and try to regain what you lost, but yeah.
I think that is a situation where you end up being full of adrenaline, trying to get back on track.
Yep.
It could have been safer, but also I get why he might have been annoyed, because it did seem like it was on Steven Walker, I think. But yeah, I know Steven, and he doesn't do that on purpose, so I assume that he's gonna send him a big apology letter and send him some donuts with love as well.
Back to the lead. Battery is waiting on. Less than a second between the 3 first guys on track. Daniel Mills first, and Salo Fabi second, and Miguel Freitas in third.
Yeah, Daniel Mills still leading the pack. I think, obviously I was a little bit jokey about Daniels, because I talk with him on Discord from time to time. But he's doing an amazing job holding off Gonzalez Fabia, Miguel Freitas, and also Mateus Pentula. And right behind them the others, obviously. But Gonzalo Fabi is a really talented driver. He is a tad aggressive for my taste, but if he pulls off a move, it is always a move with big cojones, you know.
I know. I don't know why there's some flashlight going.
We don't mind. We don't mind, right?
Yeah, Pete doesn't like it, but I don't like it either. But I'm not gonna rant about it on the broadcast.
Well,
all I know is people flashing me on the highway. I just slow down to make them even more angrier. But there's nothing to do with the racing. Yeah, I'm like that. I know.
You're one of those.
Yeah.
You've never driven in Germany, and I mean that's
no.
Flash your lights.
I've done that in Germany, and well, I've driven in Germany, but I've never done that in Germany. Is what I should say. No, don't worry. It's just, yeah, when I know the roads and I know what to do, I know how Germany works, and if you do that in Germany, I think you should go into jail, basically.
Late move on lunge. I think that was Rene Earhart trying to get past Callum Brandt. He put it side by side, but Callum is not giving this one up. He's on the outside, and if he managed to keep it on the outside, this corner is also on the favor of Rene, but now he seems to have pulled off the move, or Callum defended the move. I think it was a little bit on the later side of the good things for Rene, but Callum handled it like a pro driver should. So currently, the top 3 of the pro drivers, Daniel Mills, Gonzalo Fabi, and Miguel Freitas. On the Pro AM side, still Chris Young leading that pack, and with Rene Earhart trying to get to the rear of Chris Young, as it seems. He feels like he has more pace than Callum, and he keeps flashing his lights. And that was a small tap from Jamie Wilson. I know, Jura Leukkonen on JB. It seems that Jura is waiting, though, and he also apologized on the radio. I already heard that because I'm in the session. I think that is one of the most BSTV things you'll see on the race.
Yeah, that's what we like about it, and that's what we encourage people to do. If it's, you can make a love tap for someone. It happens. It's racing. It wouldn't be racing it wouldn't happen. But racing, things like that happen. Well, was the position like he did, and all good. JB won't say anything about it, apart from yeah, thank you or whatever. And we move on. And now he's too wide, so he's probably gonna give the position anyway. Maybe not. He's defending it. Good job. Yeah, there you go.
So, JB super wide, yeah. So I had to do that, man.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in a while.
No, me neither. I just saw it was on the soundboard. So it looks like that Daniel Mills has this race under control if he doesn't make a mistake. And he... Oh, sorry. I forgot the AM class. Rob Sutherland's leading that one, and Daniel Lewis is second for the AM class. And Paul Hurley is currently third. If Daniel keeps this up, he's gonna win the race. But it's all about keeping the tires alive a little bit. I think the track doesn't seem too warm. Miguel Freitas putting pressure on Gonzalo's Fabi. Sam, what is your experience about with the tire change? You did one race. How did it compare to the last time we had the brick tires which didn't die?
To be honest, I think the last time I raced the brick tires was in 2021 or something in the TCRs. As we see, run a bit sideways with I don't know which driver it was. I think it's Callum Brandt in the Berber car. But yeah, I don't know much about tires and stuff, mate. I don't drive enough to actually notice difference between builds. Which, you know, those things happens. For me, the car are the same as like 2 years ago, but they're clearly very different. The only real difference I notice is the debris you have on track. I've noticed that in the first race of the season, and I think it makes the racing way more interesting. Although there's debates about the debris, but I think it's great to have that finally implemented in our racing. I think we called it last Saturday during the V8 supercars race that we want a real driving simulators, and we get the debris, and that's part of it. Real life, they have debris, they'll deal with it. So I think it's good.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, Sam. This mid-pack, there's somebody going very wide. That's Callum Brand, and I think he just got bullied, got all the dirty bits. I think he got on the marbles just as you were talking about it, and it forced him wide into the gravel. So, do you want to hear my joke about the Nürburgring?
We're not gonna make friends with Germans, but yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm basically German. I live like 10 kilometers from the border.
Yeah, but nah.
Ein, zwei, drei.
Oh dear.
The Nürburgring sprint chicane, where pedals go to cry and your suspension components file for divorce. I like that one.
Oh,
I just like it.
I'm not sure I got everything on board it, but yeah, okay, if you say so. Nice side by side with Silas and Chris.
A clean overtake at TCR, that's rare. A dive bomb into turn 1 here, no, that's tradition.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah.
That one is spot on.
That one is good.
So, as we said during the V8, Sam, you can book us for comedy nights, and we completely generate all our jokes on ChatGPT, but you still have to pay for us.
Of course.
Miguel Freitas, old teammate of mine, annoyingly quick. He also got he doesn't have a load cell pedal, but he has the force feedback pedal from SimuCube, you know?
No way.
Yeah, he bought that one, and I think that is one of the reasons he's so quick. I'm messing around a little bit, but he's just super talented, and he has, well, I think the equipment. Oh, Gonzalo Fabi taking, he has a slowdown and trying to park it on the apex, and then fight Matthias Pentila for getting by. Matthias has a better run because Gonzalo was still surfing in that slowdown while he was on that corner. Now we're gonna see that dive bomb on the inside, but on a defending way. Right behind him is Alberto Sigolini, his teammate, I think. And on the inside, a little bit wide, a little bit naughty of Gonzalez, but he pushes him wide. He leaves room though for Matthias on the inside, who keeps his nose in there. And you know, once your nose is at the apex, it's the F1 rule. You are the winner of that corner.
I would not agree with that.
No, I'm messing.
Small touch behind, but it's fine. It's fine.
I think, wait, I'm pretty sure they're teammates. There's so many teams that I can't remember sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think they are in the same team. Yeah, no, they are not. They're, Matthias is in the Simsport 4. Yeah, you heard me right. And Gonzalo Fabi is in 8th year Argentos MP.
You are right. Yeah, so I'm.
Oh, and Alberto Ciccolini is at the ADX Esport JCB. So yeah, they're all in different teams.
It's just
it's complicated.
Yeah, it's no disrespect. I'm just bad with names and teams and stuff. So on the inside, René Earhart bullying his way through on Jay Colley, and Alex Lado is now also having a little bit of it. He's thinking, well, if he gets through, I might get through. It's the defensive line from Jay Colley. Is Alex going to be able to take advantage of that on the inside? And he might just had it. And Gomez is trying to get his car and make it free wide. Jay gets pushed a little bit wide. Alex cuts right in front of him, and he takes the position. Really good overtake. But Jay Carley is now on the back foot. Alex is like, well, this is a rally car now. I don't care about track limits. I'll take all the X's I can get.
Well, they're there to play with, so why not? I'm gonna see this.
Oh,
that was. Yes. Oh boy, go on.
That's
they managed to pretty much gather it up all, which is pretty impressive. Let's go with battle for P3.
Matthias he's getting rowdy with Gonzalo. I think this was, by the way, my commentator Jürgens. I wish Jay good luck, but yeah, you know. I obviously wanted to give him good luck, like badly, you know. Badly, Jay, you hear me? I mean, that touch, it was a little bit on the naughty side again from Gonzalo, but I think he got away with it because he kept his line and he just forced Matthias to the outside. And it was just bumper to bumper, side to side, camber to camber. What is the thing called on the side of the car? I don't know. Door? Door to door.
You're joking.
No, I was trying to search for the word for the wheel thing, you know?
Yeah.
Rim to rim. That is what.
There you go. Just the two of us in the booth. It's just a carnage. Although, thanks to the driver, it's nice racing to watch. The commentary is probably not the best, but if you have fun, that's what matters.
How dare you, Sam? I think that we are definitely. Well, we're missing Alan. I mean, we're missing his.
Yeah, that's
analysis,
true. I don't want
analysis.
to do to do any shadows to the usual team when beaten. That's it. I know we're better, but you're not gonna say this when they're not with us. You know.
Well, Alan having in the booth is just something nostalgic. You know.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes Alan misses stuff, but that's fine. I mean, miss stuff as well. But I think he's just one of the blokes that really gave a depth to the broadcast on the TCR. It just gave something special, you know. We have a guy that is a super late move on Matthias, and I think that was too late, if I'll be perfectly honest. But it looks like Matthias is holding back. Is he though? No, he's just taking a defensive line, and well. He is holding back, and he doesn't have a slowdown, and he gives the position to Alberto. They were fighting hard, both of them, as Matthias did, and as Gonzalo Fabi did, and this is one of the consequences of it. Yeah, hard racing. It looked like Matthias wanted to get the position back, but then realized that Alberto was behind him and not Gonzalo. I heard an apology on the radio, some of the inside information. So checking out at the front, Daniel Mills, Miguel Freitas, Matthias and Alberto, James Hallman, Gonzalo Fabi. There's a car spinning around, and that seems like one of the ADX cars.
Mr. Gomez, what happened?
That looks like he's going to get a small touch there on the braking. Oh, weird line. That's what I think.
Yeah, a bit alcohol on the camera angle, to be honest with you.
Yes. So the battle for third position is still on. The whole group is all together. Alberto, Greg Defron, Gonzalo Fabi, and James Holman. They are still fighting it out, trying to get on that top podium spot. At the back of the battle, now Alberto trying to announce his presence to Greg Defron, trying to get further forward and hoping that the guys in front of him will do the same thing like they did earlier. Further back, we have a fight for 16th position where Carlin Brandt, Simon Goebel, Jay Colley, who also got hit a little bit, missed his brake marker, and then hit Alex Lado, still in the fight there. And this is the last lap. This is the finish. Daniel Mills, my man, he is getting a win. Congratulations on that. That is a top to from the start finish. Really good job. And there is a small move there for Alberto trying to get past Defron, but it's just too little too late. Still fights over the 15th position. Alex Lado trying to hold this one out. And right behind him, Callum Brandt, Stefan Goebel. Stefan Goebel trying to get a little bit of a sniff of it, but there is the line. There's not much in it. There's also flashing lights there, but I think that is more out of respect. This is Dietmar, really happy with his fifth position in the AM class. He must have had a hell of a race. JB for BSTV also flashing his lights, and that is probably because he just likes me so much. Silas Goebel. You actually know that Silas Goebel is the son of Stefan Goebel?
Yeah, I figured seeing a comment from Stefan, yes. I didn't know at the start, but I saw that, yes. That's nice to see father and son driving in the same link. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They took each other out once on Long Beach.
Which one took the other one out?
I think that Silas took out Stefan.
Yeah, it's fine then.
All the way at the back is Dennis Tegelaar. We haven't seen much of him. I'm just guessing here. I assume that he had a spin.
Oh man, yeah, there's so many cars. There's been a few issues on track. I cannot show everything because there's so many action. I can't go the whole race in replay. So I focused on the racing, but yes, there's been some incidents. I'm pretty sure most of them were not much, but yeah.
And this is us, Constantino Marino. He obviously had the large incident where Stephen Walker tried to get his geo countdown, and he did. And then had luck that he didn't get hit on the first return, and then the second re-entry, he just, it piled up together. Unfortunate situation. We don't like to see that. But he finished the race, which is fun. And that is what it's all about. So, going through the standings, it's quite a long standing. Daniel Mills for RD Simsport 2, winning the race. Good on him. Congratulations. Getting pole and winning the race. That is a fabulous result for him. Second, Miguel Freitas starting third, if I recall correctly, right on the heels of Daniel. So I think that Miguel is going to be the one to watch for in the next race. Matthias Pentula, we saw him fight with Gonzalo, coming in third. James Holman, fourth position for RD Simsport. Behind him is, Gonzalo Fabi coming in fifth. So still doing a really good job on getting hit and still maintaining fifth position. Greg Defron, sixth. Alberto Singolini, seventh. And Jesus Alecron coming in eighth. Stephen Walker, the man, the killer, ninth for Geodesic Racing. Andreas Gilman, also for Impulse Racing, coming in, rounding up the top 10. Simon Trendle, Team Camera. So I have some words about Simon I want to discuss with you later, if you remember me. Chris Young, as I said earlier, really good result. 12th position, really quick guy. Pete Newman coming in 13th. 14th, Rene Earhart. We saw him pull up some mighty moves on the inside in turn one. Alex Silvano Ledo got hit by Jay Colley, but still we managed to salvage the position on 15th. I'm already, sorry. I'm just. I see the ping from you on Discord. I just get distracted. So 16th, Callum Brandt. 17th, Stefan Goebel, father of Silas Goebel. We just discussed that. Jay Colley. I hope you have good luck in the second race, man. You did a really amazing job. I'm not trying to jinx you. Okay, so Sam, I'm at 18th, and it's showing me 18th. Can you get me the 19th?
Oh yes, sorry, I was reading what.
No worries, man. Michael Hall. So I think I messed up 2 names. So I said like I hit Callum Brand, but that's not true. I hit Michael Hall coming in 19th. So apologies for that, Michael. Again, I'm sorry for that small tap. Rob Sutherland coming in at the first ranked AM driver on 20th. Peter van Gol. That is better, I think. 21st. 22nd, second position in AM, Daniel Lewis, Dietmar Hoos, 23rd, and Jamie Wilson, 24th. Rounding up the top 25 is Gomez, and I keep forgetting your first name, so if you want to DM me that, just let me know. And Jura Lekonen on 26th. JB Dejeu had a small incident with Jura, but they resolved it. Jura apologized, and they kept on racing, which is all about. Derek Crowder is 28th.
I'm coming. There you go.
Okay, 28th, 29th is Silas Gobo, and 30th is Paul Hurley. Chris Dixon, who started last, gained 4 positions. Good on him. So 31st. 32nd, Tony Walker, the brother of Stephen Walker, obviously the better of the Walkers. Demis Tichela came in 31st, and 34th is Constantino Marino, and 35th is Wayne Douglas. As we said, we didn't cover all the incidents that happened, but yeah, there was just so many. Well, exciting racing. No block track. We'd like to see that. Hard racing. But we also saw during the hard racing that people were willingly giving their positions back. What's your take on that, Sam?
Can you repeat the question, please? I'm lost in my keys.
You're lost in your thoughts. Okay, so
Yeah,
what is your
sorry.
thought of... no worries. What is your thought about people and your feeling giving the position back, and how does that play into the BSTV mindset?
Well, I think it's important to understand that we're doing this to have fun in the first place. We can take this very seriously at some point, like every driver does, even in sim racing, maybe even more in sim racing sometimes. But you have to remember this is a hobby after all, and you want to have fun yourself. And if someone punts you out, you might probably want other people to not have issue, with it. And giving the place back shows that you respect the other guy and you say, look, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, get it back. I think that's the way I see it, and it's probably the way BSTV sees it on the wall in the first place, and it's been something that happened naturally, races for a long time with small grids and when we started. And I think it carried over into the seasons, and now it's becoming a real thing. But it has become a real thing a few years ago now, where people just give the place back, and that's how we avoided protest for a few years. So
yeah, that's what we did, and I think that was good. With so many people, it's just hard to not have incidents where it's just a little bit like a warning to someone, Okay, so we first top 15, which means that Alex Savano-Ledo is on top this time. Second, Rene Earhart. He's in a good position. He seems to have some good pace. Third, it's Pete Newman and Chris Young. I'll tell you, he's my underdog for today for winning this race. Fifth, Simon Trendle. Remind me, Sam. Andreas Gilman, 6th. Stephen Walker, 7th. And 8th is Jesus Alejon. 9th is Alberto Ciccolini. And 10th is Craig Defron. 11th, Gonzalo Fabi and James Holman rounding up the top 12. 13th, Matthias Pentula, and 14th, Mikael Freitas, who's probably gonna do something weird with you and might make it work. Daniel Mills, 15th, who won the first race. Really good job on him again. Callum Brandt, 16th, and 17th is Stefan Gobo. Jay Cawley, I hope you have a good one this time around. 18th and 19th is Michael Hall. Rob Sutherland is rounding up the top 20 for RD Simsport 2. Peter van Gol, Result Clothing Racing Team. I can't pronounce every team because it's just taking too long. Daniel Lewis is 22nd. 23rd is Dietmar Hoos. And 24th is Jamie Wilson. Then we go up to the 25th position, which is Gomez, and 26th is Jura. JB de Jure for BSTV Esports. No, he's not a co-commentator, but he should be. 27th, 28th, Derek Crowder. 29th is Silas Gobel. Paul Hurley running up the top 30, and Chris Dixon now moving up to 31. Tony Walker, he got hit earlier in the race, doing 32nd. 33rd, Demis Tichelaar. 33rd, yes, said. 34th is Constantino Marini, who had a bad one in the beginning, and 35th is Wayne Douglas. I think the lights are already trying to make their way through on the screen. Well, I'll try not to shout this time, but I can't promise you that. Said the lights are on, and here we go. We saw a good start from my ADX car. I see that Fabio Gonzalez Fabio, he is in the middle of the track, but he had an immense start. It almost looked like he had some kind of launch control. Alex Slater trying to hold the first position on the inside. A little look of Rene Earhart, but he's now being backed up by everybody else. Like 15, 16,000 wide at the rear, and it seems like everybody's getting through super safely. Derek Crowder pulling out of that one. I think that is that is a survivor of the meet voting. He saw it was too wide. All the cars lining up still too wide. 3 wide, 4 wide, all the way in the back. 3 are these Simsport cars right next to each other with Andreas Gilman right in the middle. Alex Slater trying to check out in the beginning. There's Stephen Walker trying not to kill anyone like he did in the first race. He is on the inside. There's Miguel trying to hold this position, but there is Stephen having a hinge of it on the outside now. Miguel on the right side. He's now blinking out, which is a bad thing, but he's back on track. That right behind him, we see Alberto Sigolini. He's trying to defend his position on Gonzalo Fabi, which looked like to have a good start, but seemed to have been backed up a little bit. Right in front of him is Jack Defron. Right behind him is Jack Defron trying to make a move on him, but he didn't. Alberto had a bad exit there, and now Gonzalo is all over him. Sam, I'm out of breath.
Yeah, drink some water, man.
Whoa,
yeah, you're not gonna survive this broadcast.
What? Well, I'm not gonna. I'll admit that I'm gonna take when the race settles in. I'm going downstairs to grab a little beer. You know.
Yeah, of course. I forgot to refill my whiskey, which is a shame before race 2.
Nice. We'll switch each other, and then we'll just take a focus on in-car cockpit cam, and then we'll do 1 lap, and then we have 1 minute, 2-minute one or something.
I can't even do it without you noticing. You talk enough.
Oh, well, just do it, and I'll just let me know in the chat, and I'll keep on rattling.
Get it almost 3 wide into the last turn.
Are you still there, Sam?
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah. We're gonna do that for 40 minutes, please.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun with broadcast, right? So, I thought that I was hoping for some rain, but well, I think that we're not gonna have any.
I randomized the weather, maybe not as much as Pete did, but I clicked a few times on the weather. But I also tried to look at what we had in the practice session to have the same in the current practice session, so people were not too distracted by the change of sessions.
Okay. So all the cars are lining up. It looks almost single file, but that was that was someone hitting the brakes. It was Jake Cawley almost hitting Dietmar Hoos, trying to undercut him. Now Dietmar is forcing him around the outside, but the next gun is gonna be on the favor of Jake Cawley, and is he gonna be able to hold this position? Right behind him you see Wayne Douglas, and we've seen him in earlier races this season where he was a tad aggressive, but also had immense pace, so I'm quite surprised to see him this far back.
Yeah, Jay lost 5 positions to the start, which is quite a lot if you ask me, but Wayne Douglas gained 11, which, I'll be honest, that's a lot of position gains, and Constantino Marino 13 after starting from the back after the incident in race 1.
Wait,
making some good progress there.
Oh, he gained 13 positions?
Yep.
That is an amazing amount of positions to gain, and I think that he is pleased with that recovery. I always think about those things. If you mess up and you have a bad race 1, that is the beauty of having. Oh, that was! Did you see that? That was someone hitting the bumper. I think that was on the rear of. That's one bouncing off, and I hope that the Camera car is coming through. He drove over a bit of bumper, but that doesn't have any effect in iRacing, luckily enough.
Yeah, that's a shame. And I would love this to have an effect.
It's something between JB and Dietmar or Rene, I
So
think this is.
JB is on the inside,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, so now who was that?
So the other cars seem to be. Come on, SDK, stop messing with me.
So it was
Wait.
Dietmar, Rene, Erhard, JB, and the JB was on the inside, and it looked that JB had nowhere to go. I don't think it was on JB. I think it was just a bad.
Well, he's already
racing incident.
a long time. Yeah, they're touching wheels. So
It looks like, I think that is Demis Tichelaar. Because it's a racing force car.
it's Juha.
No. Yes, it's yeah. He was just in the. Oh man, look at this. He's just trying to get on the outside. Just not. He gets a
Yeah,
snap
I think he
and
does
then-
a great job going on the outside, but then the other car just loses the rear, and once the rear is gone in these cars, I think it's quite hard to get it back.
Yeah, unfortunate situation. JB was all the way on the inside. So he was very much on the inside of the curb, and it looked like Rene came a little bit too far to the right and didn't realize how wide his car was or where JB was on track. Bad luck, bad situation. JB already mentioned that he was going to review it.
Yeah, apart from backing out, which I think you don't have to back out of that one. You can easily go through side by side. There's not much JB could have done. It's just one of those where the two cars just go for the same spot, and there's no really someone to blame. It's just racing.
Yeah, completely agree. So one of the things that I know Pete misses out of during his commentating on Wednesday, it's like there's been the last 6-7 races, there are cars on the verge of trying and pull off a one-stopper every race. We see them side-by-side movement in the front, but a lot of the top runners, and I'll count Greg Defron, we got Freitas, James Holman, Daniel Mills is always up there. He obviously has the pace this week. But for example, Sam Blease isn't here, but they're always tinkering with, can I do a zero stopper? And even if I can't, how much fuel can I save without losing any time? Side-by-side action here with Simon Trendo and Stephen Walker. They know each other very well. They respect each other very well. And they also have driven each other against the V8. Oh, there is a small touch there from Gonzalo. And I think...
yeah, that was 3 wide going into the airpin.
Wow, we have a message. Did you see that from SDK?
What?
There was a message on screen. It said Jamie Wilson passed Stefan Goebel.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding, man.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? I don't know what you pressed, but this is awesome.
I discovered something. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a box you can click, and it never used to work. And I clicked it by accident. Trying to scroll down in the event tracker.
No, leave it on.
Well, I have to click it. I can't just, I can't, just say
from time to time,
display everything. I have to click the button.
Oh, okay. On the inside of Simon Trendo, who's always, oh, that's a small. He's pushing wide there, Gonzalo. And Simon giving him a shove back, like, I'm having none of this. Which means that he has a bad exit. And it wasn't Alberto Singolini. And now Gonzalo Fabi is also trying to be, making it free wide. That might be a little bit optimistic, but he backed out of it smartly. Now Stephen Walker is on the outside, trying to get on the inside again. But now Andreas Gilman is maybe getting back of it to the better line. And Andreas went a little bit wide there, and it was just enough for, who was it? Wait, give me a second. Jesus Alejandro to have a slight look, but also backed out of it. Now it's too wide they've been too wide for the last 3 corners. I hope they're gonna make it 6 wide, and I hope they won't crash.
Yeah, that's what is important. I hope they won't crash. They're side by side though.
This is why TCR is amazing, Sam, and I know you
Oh,
don't
he's
get a
pushing
lot
him
of
wide.
but there was no contact there. It was just a mental push, you know?
I'm not sure about the metal push, mate, but
I would call it a mental.
no.
Oh, that is cutting inside me. I think he cut it down too closely. Gonzalo's car, Alberto Ciccolini's car was already there.
Yeah, I think there's two things. I think I saw an invisible wall between the two cars. Plus, Simon cut it maybe a bit too short. I think the contact would have been made anyway, but yeah.
Yes. It's solid air, remember?
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to be Pete.
No, okay, well, nobody wants to be Pete. Even Pete doesn't want to be Pete.
It's not really nice to say that, but hey. Let's watch this again.
So, Simon on the outside. On the inside, there's Alberto defending, or attacking, actually. And Simon...
Yeah, see, there's a big push.
Definitely solid air, but they would have touched.
Yeah, they would have touched, definitely.
It looked like Simon thought that he was in the clear. Okay, so last laps in the TCR are like a family board game. Someone always gets aggressive and someone crashes and nobody agrees on the rules.
That is pretty accurate.
Thank you.
I like it. Yeah.
So we're hiring, we are renting off the O2 arena, so we can also do like a clothing reveal, and then we're gonna wear the same clothes every year in, year out, like a livery thing, like an F1 thing. You might want to do that, and you pay like 80 quid for it. That would be great. And we also get people to roast everyone. So if you want to come, it was yesterday. Only real Formula fans know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, I've not watched Formula 1 for
I
a
know.
long time, man.
I know.
I just think it's boring.
So at the top currently, Rene Earhart still holding strong. Right behind him, Alex Lader, who got passed by Rene, I think in lap 2 or 3. Pete Newman right behind him, also a pro driver. But Rene doing a really good job in the Pro AM Championship. But Chris Young is still up there. Smart driver. And there you see a long list of all pro drivers. Third currently in the Pro AM class is Piet van Gool, Peter van Gol, and Michael Hall right behind him. Jay Carley rounding up that pro field on 21st position. The first AM driver we'll see again is Rob Sutherland. I think he might need a bump up to Pro AM next season if he keeps on setting this kind of performance.
Well, it's pretty good. It is like all the way up with the Pro Am guys, and the AM guys are way down in the order, which is the way it should be. Of course, I'm not judging the AM guys. I think I deserve to be with the AM guys myself. But as we see someone spitting.
That is probably the first possible lap you can pit, or he's cutting it close. What do you think?
I don't know. See, that's good. Honestly, I have no clue. Like 12 minutes into the race, 13 minutes into the race. Yeah, I think that's the early callers. Get that out of the way. There's a lot of traffic, as we've seen. They're all together. So I think Daniel did a good thing, pitting and getting out of the way. And have clean air after he pits. I think it's a smart call. Because he's already getting out of the pits.
I think you're spot on. Like usually the amount of fuel you need is somewhere between 10 or 13, 14 liters, depending on how much you saved. If you haven't been saving, you can pit earlier, obviously. This seems to me like Daniel realizing that he might be on the verge of even getting 2 wins, because he definitely has the pace. I think that Miguel Freitas is on a similar kind of pace, but it's Miguel, so I honestly don't know what's going on in his head, and somehow he always rises to the top. Looking at this field, everybody's settled down, and 12, 13 minutes in, 14 minutes in right now, just tick the clock. It is one of those times where you get into a rhythm where you are trying to be one with the car, and especially with the TCRs, you're trying to be safe, keep the fronts alive. I don't care about the rears. let the rears do their thing, but to keep the fronts alive, just to make sure that every fast corner you have here, because there are so many of them, be one with the car. I have this, and I'll post it. I saw that Stephen Walker posted something in another Discord which I'm in about a super serious documentary, which says you're at a certain point you come in the flow state, and the flow state is you are a sim racer that is enjoying the car and is actually one with the car, a bit like Max Verstappen is all the time. I hate Max though.
Do you hate Max?
I don't like Max, man.
Ah, nice. We can be friends then.
I appreciate his talent.
Of course. He's a very talented guy. Probably one of the most talented of all time, if you ask me. Way more than his father. I think grandiose, but you know, it's the way it is. He does a lot of good things in real life and for sim racing, but I just don't like the guy he is.
Thing is,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thing with Max is, I think that he actually, I will phrase that. So I think if you know him and you're in his friend zone, in his not inner zone, but like in his contact zone, he's probably one of the nicer guys. I honestly think that.
Probably.
The way he drives, and I also appreciate that, is I don't care about what your race is gonna do. I want to win my race, and how much, and he doesn't need that. I think that's my honest opinion. I think he doesn't need that because he's way too talented for that. And if he wants to get past, he's gonna get past anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I mean, nice people don't become world champion in Formula.
And that is true as well.
I like Alonso. I mean, that is my man. He's not nice as well, but yeah. So, well, enough of Formula One. On the inside here, Gonzalo Fabi, he's leaving the door open a little bit, I think. I think that it looks like he is defending now, but it almost looked like he's on a different strategy because he's now opening the door for Steven there as well. Is he going to defend super hard or is he going to get... No, he's tucking in behind Gonzalo. That move right before the chicane gives me that he is going to pit. Yeah, he's on a different strategy. Well, Sam, I did a thing.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. You're gonna stop racing and start commentating with that then.
Oh man, well, 2 races.
Oh jeez, that's Simon Trento.
Oh, Simon Trento out in the woods.
What happened to Simon?
That looked like a hit. On the bad exit. Oh, that is. Ooh, I think that.
Yeah, he got a bad exit and.
Who's that? Oh, the sim car. That did a really good job avoiding those situations.
That is Constantino Marino.
This is Constantino Marino, but there was an already Simsport car avoiding the situation.
Maybe. I don't know. Someone, and as everybody is pitting right now, the event tracker is going bonkers. So I will have to scroll to yesterday to see the event now.
So this is the moment where we completely lose sight of the whole race because everybody pitted and we don't have a clue where everybody is. But the weird thing is, if you're driving yourself,
you understand what it is, but when you're commentating, it's pretty hard. Although I can tell you, Daniel Mills is the first guy of the pitters.
Yes, yeah, you're right. I think that they took a gamble, they took a gander there. You know, they went out for a gander and they said, okay, well, I might need to save like a half a liter more. But I'm gonna be able to push my pace further than the other drivers who aren't saving, or maybe the pack wasn't driving quick enough, and I'm gonna take my luck. I'm gonna try and make this work.
Well, you know, when you're starting 15, you have to do something to make it work with all of the talented guys you have in front of you. It's so hard to make up positions in 40 minutes. It's a feature race, but it's short. I think 40 minutes short. It's tough. You have to do something different, I think, and that's what he did.
Yeah, certainly when you're at a position of like 10th, 15th, and you know you have to pace, you have to be smart about it. So going through the current standings again, we still have Rene Earhart and Alex Ladle leading the pack. Pro AM driver and a pro driver at the front. Further down, now 18th, because Rob Sutherland has pitted, is now the current leader of the AM championship, current leader of the AM class. That was the word I was looking for. Was Daniel Lewis. I said multi-class, it's weird. That is Miguel Freitas coming out of the pit. And did he pipped Daniel Mills? I told you, I don't understand what the man is doing, but he always rises to the top.
Yeah, pretty cool. I don't remember where he was compared to Daniel. I think they were about on the same bit of road when they all pitted. When Daniel pitted in the first place. But yeah, that's a good call.
It always, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it always baffles me that if you're in the car, you understand what the race is going. And yeah, well, me, Sam, JB, and a couple of others, we all usually hop into the BSTV Discord chat. And if you pit, there's always someone pitting early, and usually it's me or maybe Steven. And we just ask, okay, who's where and where are you coming out and where did you come out and who did you encounter, just to be sure that if you do pit, that you have a gap or not. So to answer your question, Miguel Freitas was 4 positions down, 2 positions down on Daniel Mills.
Okay.
He passed him in the pit phase.
Which is interesting because his pit stop time is only 0.5 faster, which is not that much.
Yeah, he might have had a better entry. Daniel might have made a mistake, but
yeah, and we haven't seen all of Daniel's slow car traffic as well. You know, it's easy to lose half a second on a lap when you have slow traffic. Although Daniel Lewis is doing a good job getting out of the way of the fast guys, as he hasn't pitted yet. And here he comes.
That's probably why he just like, oh well, I'm not getting involved in this one. Something happened with Wayne Douglas. Can you see if there was an event? But yeah, I think that was a good one from Daniel Lewis, realizing that he had not much to gain by defending there, although it was his full right if he wanted to, because he's obviously still for a position, and although they're not in the same class racing, you're still allowed to just defend your position if it's
of course you're racing for the same overall points, so there's something to gain. But
okay, so this is the moment that I'm gonna tell you I need a beer.
Yeah, go ahead. We're gonna focus on Alex and Rodney, because Alex is actually getting Chris interested in his position in second place. And these all still after pits, of course. The first guy out of the pits is Miguel Freitas in 13th position. So still a lot of cars to cycle through the pits. That leaves us with 12 cars still to come. Wondering when the leaders will come in. As Rene, they all keep going right now. Also have Alberto that has put himself between Miguel and Daniel. So that's also probably another position lost from Daniel. Maybe not lost, but at least not gained with the early pit stop. It's getting pretty close though, and if it stays like that, that would be still a podium for him, but we still have to see where the other guy will come out, like Rene, Alex, Chris, and in the first 3 positions. It would be interesting to see one of the front guys pit, to see where they come from. So we have Pete and Matthias side by side going to turn 1. Matthias on the inside. Probably gonna make the move thick, yes. There he goes. There's Gilman interested in the position as well. On board with Chris Young, chasing Alex Ledo. A bit wide for Chris.
Hello.
Come back.
Thank you. I got my well-deserved beer.
Well deserved, I don't know, but yeah.
Definitely well-deserved.
Still
As I
waiting
mentioned-
for the front guys to pit, which is quite interesting. We're starting to get late with the race, 25 minutes in.
It's about 32 minutes. If you, I think it's 31 or 32 minutes you can run with the amount of fuel you have on every track on the feature race, without saving. So thank you for remembering me that I want to say something about Simon Trendle. Thank you.
Nice.
No,
See.
nice
as
plug
Gonzalo
there.
Fabi is going through Chris Young.
Oh, that was again a small touch. I mean, the Gonzalo's Fabi car must have been all bent up right now. His engineers are going, "This is not bumper cars. Are we playing bumper cars?" Okay. Well, Simon Trendle, what I wanted to say. So I think he doesn't practice that much for the TCR race. I think he just turns up for the practice on the set, on the get-go, and then drives. Because he used to be amazing in TCR. And I saw him drive in V8. So you saw him drive in V8 last Saturday. And he was like, that was the Simon I remember. But in the TCRs, it seems like he's a little bit on the back foot currently. I do think that is due to lack of practice. So I am calling on you, Simon. Practice more. We want you at the front.
Well, I would take Simon's defense. It's really hard to come into such different cars, especially as the V8 requires so much practice to be competitive. You say the level in TCRs is awesome, and all the guys, like you probably have 20 potential winners every week, but it's the same for V8 now. There's so many quick guys in that as well. That is, it's tough. You have to choose what you focus on, and maybe Simon's focusing more on V8. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, they're all coming in.
Oh,
except from Stephen Walker.
Oh man, Steven is just trying to find someone to kill. You just can hear the jaw sound of da-dum, da-dum, you know? that's just Steven at the moment.
I don't know where
so,
that came from, but yeah, okay.
Well, you know Jaws, right? So anyway, how do you think that drivers handle that pit stop situation? It's like, do they crumble under pressure? What is your train of thought, or how do you approach that, or how do you think drivers should approach that? Because there's so much pressure on braking late there. Do you practice that, or is it just a gamble?
I usually go one or twice in the practice session, or in the quali session, depending on the time I have, and on the car I drive as the blend is coming up. René. Oh no, he missed turn one.
René!
I think he threw away a victory.
Oh, yeah.
Miguel's gone through, and now they're side by side behind with Alex and Alberto. Gentle kiss.
There's a loft tap. Nothing wrong with that. And there's all the cars behind him. I'm like, yeah, we want to get in. Stephen Walker still out there, still on that single tank of fuel.
Yeah, he's
28 seconds. Oh man, I feel bad for René. He tried, he gambled, and he saw the cars in his mirror, and he was like, I am having none of this. I am gonna break the latest of all the breakers. And now he's just getting swamped.
Well, yes and no. He's still in second potential position.
Yeah, but he's offline now, so his tires are gonna remain dirty.
No, he's not online. We're not focusing on him. It's Daniel Mills and Alex Taylor.
Sorry, you are right. I messed up the liveries.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Rene is up the road.
Rene did unlock some new pace recently. I think the last 3-4 races he's been up there more than he used to be, and good on him. I like to see other drivers that are like 4K ish get to the next step. You definitely could tell that Rene
Well, it's
is
5K
doing
now.
it up there. Well, but that's what I meant. He's unlocking his full potential, you know.
So last one in the pits with Steven.
So Steven on pit exit. Where is he?
Exited now.
Oh, and
is coming. Yeah, he's gonna be behind.
But
he was behind the whole group, but he's gonna be in second position if he doesn't throw up this first corner.
Now, bad exit. Maybe Rene is trying to stick it in. No, it's Steven pipping half the field, but Miguel somehow managed to be the best of the pitters again. Miguel, we want you to break, and we don't want you to win, man. It's just not fun anymore. Well, he had some bad luck the last races, so...
yeah, and Daniel has been backwards now with the pit stop thing happening and people blinding around him. So he's back to 8th position. Which is still +7 from where he started, but Miguel is +13 now.
Miguel and James Holman and Greg Defron are the top 3 runners currently in the pro class. Miguel has a really good position to get some extra points and increase his lead on James and on Greg Defron. Yeah, he did a good job. If he maintains this pace, and now it's just about pulling it in, reeling the win in, because he has a 1.3 second gap behind on Steven Walker. And I think that Steven doesn't have the pace that Miguel currently has. Steven is probably on a top 5 position pace right now. Miguel is in the hot seat at the moment. But also Rene Earhart being 3rd currently. And let me get the standings up real quick to see where Rene is 2nd.
Yeah, that's a lot of points gained.
This currently, if it stays like this, Rene Earhart is gonna overtake Chris Young in the championship.
And Chris Young is not that far back. He's in 9th position, but yeah, Rene with the podium is just a lot of points gained. And then 3rd position is Tony Walker, which is 18th plus 14th position, and Wayne Douglas plus 16. So that's a lot of position gains from these two as well. But
they're
so far
hard.
back, yeah.
Yeah, so currently looking at the points with total points with drop score, Chris Young has 1161 and Rene Earhart is 1158. So he's definitely going to overtake him if it remains if the positions remain the same. Steven Walker, he is now he is now within a second. He's touch and go, but he was 1.3 seconds behind. It might be, and this is just a gamble, that Miguel is still a little bit low on fuel. He did touch the gravel there, so that is going to slow him down slightly. Oh, that is the touch where that is an
that's good.
Amazing save by Tony Walker. Tony is super happy about that on the radio, I can tell. I'm not laughing, I'm giggling. So let's see what happened there. Tony was there. He did a little late move on the inside, and I think that wasn't a clean move. Is that Tony? Yeah, that's Tony. Then on the inside there, Wayne Douglas returned the favor. I think this is just 2 people being dumb. That's what I think. And Pete, it might be nice, but I say you two are both... I missed the F word. You two are both dumb. That's what I think. I don't know what. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what caused it, because there might have been more touches than we expected. But based on this view, I would say these are 2 stubborn people. But well, they both are driving and they're still right near each other. So let's see what happens next. I mean, it's exciting. That is one.
Yeah, it's pretty good for the show. Still a bit less than 6 minutes to go now.
As Daniel Mills flashing, that's not Daniel Mills.
Oh,
Is it
the
Daniel
Newman in
Mills?
the pits. Oh, that smells like drive of shame.
Well, it looks like he
Oh
had
yes, he's
some
not the only one. Is it 15 incidents? Yeah, it is.
It's
It is.
15.
So Pete Newman, yeah, a naughty boy. And there's one guy with 28 incidents. I'm not gonna say anything, but that's a lot. Might not be his fault, you know, I'm not gonna say any names or whatever. Oh jeez, because Gonzalo Fabi is having his moment as well.
I think 15 incident. I sometimes complain. I think about the 15 incidents. I think the only one I crossed the line with 14, and I'm just always scared that people hit me after the lap, after the finish line. But 15 gives you enough room to play with. But, and there's one but there.
Oh, that was
is
a late send probably.
Alex Nadeau's not going to be happy about that. Anyway, my point, if you end up in a bad position, for example, like Alberto Singolini, where he did get hit by Steven, he gets the 4x, then hits the wall, then returns on, like the return on track was also a bit sketchy, and then gets hit again, you get 4x, you get 8x, then you try to bring the car home, you get another 2x, and then you're on 10. And then it's already on touch and go.
Excuse me, that's
No
really
worries.
out.
That looks like he hit the wall. No.
On his own, apparently.
No.
That's out to throw away a driver of the meeting road, man.
Oh, he touched the grass on the in, then started. Oh no.
And that's the front of the car completely broken. That's our braking though, because he did such an amazing job until then.
Well, it's a surprise. That's a surprise because he was doing such a good job. But that means for Chris Young that he is now doing a really good job in the standings. So, well, in Dutch we say, eens een dood is een ander zijn brood. Basically, it means like if somebody dies, you take advantage of it. It's not your problem. Well, I do feel bad for Rene because he was doing a really good job. At the front, currently, Miguel Freitas, Stephen Walker, and Alberto Sigolini, they're all within 1.5 seconds, but Miguel seems to be checking out on Stephen, and Alberto seems to be checking out on James Holman. So Miguel is doing a good job on that big lead he already has in the total championship. Then we have a couple of small gaps. Daniel Mills is trying to get near James Holman, but they are teammates. I don't think that there's going to be any foul done, harm done. It's going to be star orders. There's not going to be a multi-21 because of the current standings in the championship. Then we have Matthias, Chris Young, Alex Lader, sorry, Ernest Gelman, and Greg. They are a small pack behind that. With the closest being Greg Defron behind Andreas Gilman, who's trying to defend this position on a really good 9th. Well, top 10th is on this field is already a great achievement. Then looking at the Pro AM class, we see Tony Walker still bunched up behind Simon Trendle, and Wayne Douglas managed to gap him a little bit. After the small incident we saw earlier where Tony hit Wayne and then Wayne returned the favor, and it ended up being worked out, I guess, because they didn't break down. Right behind Tony is Michael Hall, which is also a 5+K driver. It's definitely no slouch there.
I see 2.8 Michael Hall.
Sorry?
I see 2.8 for Michael Hall.
Then I might have looked at the wrong way. I don't know. I thought it was 5. Whatever. Still a good driver. That doesn't matter. Still a good driver. Rob Sutherland still leading the AM class, and Daniel Lewis and Stefan Gobo way back compared to him, but still in the top 3 of the class. Well, I think that the race has been, till this point, been spectacular.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good race, and we are on the last lap, by the way.
I am a bit sore, and I am a bit hurt that Pete is letting me do in this broadcast what I really, really like the Nürburgring, especially like just a normal GP circuit like this.
I much prefer the northern loop.
Well, I bet all the Germans do as well. We got Dietmar, we got Andreas, we also got apparently someone else. Help me out, René Earhart probably. And I'm guessing Silas Gerbo and Dietmar, they are gonna. I know for a fact. Do you remember the times where Stefan Gerbo drove the Nürburgring and he was decent at every other track, but on the Nürburgring he was just something special?
Yeah, unbeatable. He was just
Unbeatable.
another level. Yeah.
Incredible. But he drove it in real life as well. I know that. So almost at the end of the race, last lap, Miguel Freitas reeling in the big points, getting in there with the first position, made a good call on strategy. René Earhart there letting him by, who had an unfortunate incident. Luckily, we had 99 fast repairs, Sam, because we didn't set that. So everybody got... Yeah, so we did get back on track for everyone, but it doesn't really matter for the championship. So that is Miguel Freitas getting in as first position for the pro class. Right behind him, Stephen Walker. A good shout out to him on second place because he's my teammate. And Alberto Sigolini rounding up the top three for ADX. Then we see Christian crossing the line for the Pro AM class, who reeled in a big points, who didn't make a mistake, where René had an unfortunate incident, so he did a good job for the standings there as well. There's still a battle going on. This is JB defending on Constantino Marino. What is going on here? JB mixing it up, putting his elbows out. Is Constantino getting a better exit? He might have been, but there's the line, and it's going to be a sprint race. There is JB reeling in 21st position. Rob Sutherland came in 19th, but first for the AM class. Really good show out for him there because he is leading the AM class. I've read through this before, but yeah, he's leading the AM class, and right behind him on the class is David Ayers, but he wasn't driving, so that is big points for Rob Sutherland. And as it seems, with the few races we have left, I think he is the top favorite for that AM win. Tony Walker coming in third on that position on AM, and Wayne Douglas coming on 15th, but is third for the AM class. Pete Newman and Gonzalo Fabi are out. But what happened with Gonzalo Fabi? Did we miss that, or did I miss that?
It might have happened at the end.
I think I missed that, and I think Sam missed that. But
yeah, I think it happened at the same time as Pete Newman.
So this is Gonzalo Fabi. We are now investigating, and he just stopped. And I assume that is because he got the 15X, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna continue.
And that is Pete Newman
coming out of the pits after a drive of shame. Well, he did the same thing. Okay, well, that's curious. Well, that's called that. So for tonight, I know Pete interviews everybody. Me and Sam, we don't actually have the time to do that tonight. So what we're gonna do is that we are gonna call in the top three of the of the race winners, and we are gonna call in the winners of the classes. So the top three of every race and the class winners. So it's about 7 or 8 interviews. So just give you guys a heads up. Pete has more time on his hands, but we are Europeans and we live in a normal time zone. So for us, it's getting late already.
That is interesting. The front wheel burning. I'm sorry, didn't meant to show anything off, but that's an interesting thought.
What was happening?
Is that something? It was. I think that it was Peter Newman spinning his wheels. We just go back.
No, I think that's a visual bug because you see some people doing that. So what you do is you put basically. No, that's a visual bug. You see that sometimes. What it does, you do like 16 or 80% clutch or whatever it is. I don't want to give away the details. But you see some cars moving the wheels, but they don't actually move.
Okay, yeah. makes sense.
It's just an high racing thing. And we accept that.
All right.
So let's start the interviews. We have Steven and Miguel in the booth, in the interview room already. So I think that we should just pull in Miguel. Hello, Miguel.
Hello, hello. Where is Pete?
Congratulations. Yeah. Oh, if you're gonna act like that, we're just gonna boot you out. We don't care.
Sorry. Hello, Wobbly. Hello, Sam.
So, Miguel, I mean, you obviously you did a really good job in the second race and came second in the first race. That is an amazing result for you.
Yeah.
The first race looked like a little bit of a fight, though. How did you approach that race? How did you feel with that?
Yeah, so the tactic, the idea for today was just finishing the race in top 5 wherever I could. Race 1 I was just following Fabi around, and then he made a mistake, got a slowdown, and I went to P2 and just stayed there. I wouldn't force it more for the championship. And then on race 2, I saw chaos in front of me, so I decided to feel safe. And then I had a quick pit stop and ended up in first. So, yeah, perfect. Finally, one track that suited the Elantra. So, yeah, I felt I was the fastest on track today, and I could get a P2 and a P1 for the best result of the season.
Yeah, well, you did a really good job, man. I think that you salvaged the first race, and then on the second race, you saw the chaos unfolding right in front of you with the train, and you feel safe. I was telling Sam this, like, I don't understand how he does it in his head, but he always rises to the top. Was there anything? What moments did you think of? Like, these are the most spectacular moments of the race.
Yeah, for me, it was when the lap that everyone pitted, and I knew I would not overtake them all on the pits. So I think it was Rene. It was exiting the pit side by side with me, but he braked a bit too late, and then I just managed to merge between the cars exiting and get the lead. For me, that was the most exciting. Other than that, I was just really saving and not pushing, not putting myself in complicated situations. So yeah, that was the best part of the race for me. And then trying to get the fastest lap, which I guess I didn't do it. What a noob.
So you saw Steven right behind you. He came out. So wait, let me rephrase that. We saw Rene coming out in front of you, and then Rene. How scared were you that? How much space did Rene have? Because we thought that he might have been the one running away with the.
Yeah, I thought he was getting out in front of me, but yeah, I was side by side with him when he was getting out, and I noticed that he was braking a bit too late. So yeah, I just took the apex, and while he was trying to save it on the outside, I ran away with it. But yeah, if he hadn't messed the pit exit, he could have won this one, because this car, the Elantra was fast, but against the Honda, it isn't easy to overtake. So maybe with that, he would have won it.
Well, good on you for at least getting past him and not making the mistake then, right? We are going to do a little bit of shorter interviews than we normally would, and that's because Sam and me are actually wanting to go to bed because we are old and we are fat. Well, I'm not fat. Sam, are you fat?
I don't display that on the internet, but yes.
Oh, well, let's go to bed then.
Yeah, I'm fat. I'm going to bed as well.
Well, congratulations on your win on the second race and the second place. I think you did good on the standings because you definitely created an extra level of a gap.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you want to thank? For example, me for covering the broadcast because I'm such an amazing dude.
Yeah, I want to shout out to you. I bet this was the best broadcast that you have done this season. It was the only one, right?
It's the only one I did. I mean, me and Sam also recovered for the V8s on Saturday.
Okay. I haven't seen any of those, but yeah, I will watch this one, and then I'm sure it will be great. But yeah, I will tell you next week.
I assume nothing but a 10 out of 10.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, man. We'll catch you later. And again, congratulations on your result.
Thank you. See you.
Let's get in Stephen Walker. Stephen Walker, the most unluckiest man I've ever seen trying to kill everyone in a geodesic car. Welcome to the booth.
I've got a quota to hit, mate.
I was mentioning that several times. Well, you did hit that quota. Now, without messing about, how can you talk us through your first race? Because I'll be honest, I forgot where you ended up on the first race.
If I'm honest, I forgot. I think it was 8th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, maybe
Let me
9th.
search for where you ended up.
I
You
think it was
ended up.
9th.
You ended up 9th.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a hectic race to say the least. Yeah, yeah. I was just happy to finish it in one piece. There was some very ambitious overtakes at the start of the race. Or attempts, and nearly died. So I was quite happy that I didn't for once in one of these races, because it's been a few weeks since I've finished both races, not outside of where I should be, or where I think I should be anyway. But yeah, then Constantino got past me, and yeah, I've apologised to him, and I've asked his teammates to pass on an apology. So I'll say it again. So it looks absolutely like I've just pit manoeuvred him and tried to spin him around. When
You did.
Yeah, so my intention was to squeeze him as we went towards the next corner, but it looked from the inside of the car, to be fair, it looked like he was coming across to the left and I was going in a straight line. But when I looked at it on the replay from the above the cars, the chopper cam, he's pretty much following the line and I'm coming across, but I was only coming across to squeeze him, not to spin him out. So I have apologised to him for that, and so again, I am sorry. But other than that, the race went fine. The pace at the front, because of all the incidents that had happened, I'd lost the front group. I think I was catching someone towards the end of race one, but they defended like really well, and I couldn't get past them. And I only had, I think, a couple of opportunities to do it. Maybe they ran out of tire or something, but it was good fun. And then yeah, race two was just patience really. I don't know what happened. I couldn't go and have a look at what happened when I was on the outside of Simon, because I felt like he had a car on his inside, and I felt like I'd left enough room for him, but then I'm not sure whether there was another car and he couldn't move over to the right to the inside. I mean, I only lost a couple of positions in it because it pushed me wide, and it didn't really ruin anything. But I'm not sure what went on there. I couldn't go that far back. I forgot to do my replay spooling. But after that, I just saved a little bit of fuel, not loads, and then just had fun doing the race. The strategy paid off for once.
Wow, that is good to hear. Second race, you drove out quite long. Were you fuel saving, or was it just balls deep, balls to the wall, driving to survive? You know.
Um, I was taking it easy when there was a lot of traffic at the start, so I guess that meant there was enough fuel saving to do that extra lap, because I was coughing as I was pulling into my pit box, which maybe cost me a little bit of time, but it's downhill, so I don't think I really lost that much speed, and I took that into consideration, and I fuel saved a bit more on my in lap when I realised that everyone in front of me was pitting. I was like, oh, I got enough fuel to do one more, so I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll do that. So yeah, and I wasn't 100% sure if I had enough fuel at the end of to make the end of the race, but yeah, luckily I did, and I wasn't particularly saving fuel after the pits. But yeah, I couldn't really catch Miguel. There was no chance of that, so I just wanted the last two laps, because I don't know what happened to Rene. He just disappeared.
Rene made a mistake. He touched the grass on an entry of one of the corner 8 or 10, whatever, and then smashed into the wall.
Yeah, because I was a bit worried because I couldn't really shake him. The pace was incredible. It was so stupidly quick from like the top 20. So I was more than happy to get second in that second race. It's the first podium I've had Well, I don't think it might be the first one this season. I don't think it is, but it might only
It
be
is the
second
first one this season.
Yeah,
I actually know because we as Geo drivers, only Sam had a podium.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that. Yeah, I'll absolutely take that because every time I've been in, well, the last 2 races I've been in a position to maybe get something, I've just been killed. So yeah, it was still good fun. Like the start of the race was hectic, and it was nowhere near for me personally anyway as bad as it was in the first race. I didn't really see much dodginess, but then I'm sure there'll be definitely some dodginess somewhere.
Some. Some involving your brother.
Yeah, he did say, but I haven't looked.
I'll read the Spectre 6 chat. Anyway, good for having you, Stephen. Good for you on your second on your podium, on your second place. Also a good result in the first place because you didn't got taken out and you do survive 2 races in a row, which is always a good thing for you. And also thank you for hitting the quota and killing someone as a Geo driver. We like to see that, and I'll report that back to Miguel Fido. Oh, Figa. What is his name again? Figo. Figo. That's what his name is. Sorry,
Yeah.
I keep messing up Miguel in my head. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, want to thank or whatever?
Yeah, obviously you, Wobbly, for stepping in and
Let's
being
go.
the big man on campus and having fun, and Sam as well for being about as well. Much appreciated. So we can all have our fun on it. It's you'll do it on your free time, and it is always much appreciated. And everyone else for tuning up and coming in and showing it. And my brother for having he came 17th, I think, in that second race, which is good in this field.
Yeah, the walkers did good today.
Yay!
Well, now I want to say the F word, but I want to say off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Let's get Alberto Cingolini in. Welcome, Alberto Cingolini, to the chat, man. Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
So,
hi guys.
You-
Guys, I
you
need
know-
Gomez to be my translator.
oh well, let's get Gomez in as well. It's fine.
Yeah,
Can you get
thank
Gomez
you.
in, Sam? So
Yeah, okay.
we got
hello,
Alberto, we got
Hello.
Gomez here, and
Yeah.
Alberto asked for you to translate everything we are gonna say. So we're
Yeah,
gonna have like
exactly,
a Spanish, well, English, Dutch reverse interview. That's fine. We're gonna start with Alberto, and my question for Alberto is, how are you gonna repay? How is Steven gonna repay you for how hard he killed you in the first race?
I think it was Costantino that was killed.
Wasn't it Alberto?
No, I was fine.
Oh, wait, I'm messing up my names then. Wait.
Typical.
The thing is, like, I'm really bad with names. Wait.
Oh my.
Wait. Where did I was completely prepared for this. Wait, you gave me third. Sorry, Alberto, third position on the second race. Talk us through your race, because you seem to have a lot of pace in it.
Dice, bella prima gara, hai fatto terzo posto, com'è andata, insomma?
Beh, tutto sommato bene, sono molto contento per la seconda gara. Per invece gara 1 mi dispiace un po' per i contatti che ci sono stati, perché potevo fare un P4, però va bene così, sono contento lo stesso.
Yeah, I said he was more happy about race 2 because race 1 was full of contacts he could avoid, and that wasn't his best result at the end.
So coming in a 9th on the first race, which is still a good result looking at the field we have, because we have so many good drivers. I think it's great that you guys are here and driving with us. Was there any particular tactic in the second race to like field safe?
Oh, I'm gonna answer for him because yes, I'm the guy with the JRT, so I always have to tell them what fuel and what to do. Alberto always complains because I give him too little, you know. I told him to under fuel and he wasn't happy about that. But I think I managed, so
well,
it's fine.
It's good to have you here and translate. It's because we absolutely loved all the action we saw from Alberto. He was on it tonight.
Oh,
We
yeah.
saw a lot of fights with Gonzalo Fabi as well, and you guys seem to are really enjoying the league. Are there plans to sign up for next season as well?
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. We enjoy racing here, so maybe we pick another car because with the Veloster we are not very happy.
Well, I'll share you some setups, and you're gonna be happy with that, mate.
With the Veloster or the Honda?
The Veloster, the Honda shit. So,
Okay, you can start now. So you know my DM.
Yeah, no worries. Well, is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to? At least Alberto, are you yourself? Wait, what's your first name, by the way? Gomez.
That's quite complicated. You can call me Adolfo.
Adolfo.
Yes.
But we want to hear because it's complicated, and I want to hear the first name. You know.
Yeah, Adolfo is fine. Or you can keep saying JM Gomez. It's fine.
We call you Adolfo. Okay. We are going to
Yeah.
change this in the broadcast. We're going to call you Adolfo because our surname is just a little bit unpersonal, right? So
Okay,
Adolfo, Adolfo, a really good job on you. Alberto, really congratulations on your podium. Is there anyone you want to thank?
Oh yeah, I want to thank Costantino and Jesus. They had to go early, so they did a good job with the setup, and I'm quite happy about the teamwork. Yeah.
Wow.
Alberto, vuoi salutare qualcuno?
Ma sì, volevo anche io salutare Costantino e fare i complimenti anche a Jesus e soprattutto anche complimenti a Miguel perché ha fatto una gara
Okay.
cioè bellissima, è stato bravo.
Yeah, just shout out to the teammates and
Congratulations,
to
Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah. I can talk a little bit Spanish.
It's not Spanish.
No, I think it's Spanish.
It's similar, but it's not. Well,
What is it? What is it? It sounds like Spanish.
it's Italian.
I'm Italian.
Oh wait, why do I think you guys are
Man,
fucking
please,
Spanish?
come on. You're
What
gonna make
the-
enemies all over the world. That's just insane.
You know the thing is, I actually understood what he said. Oh well, good to see you, poopity poppy. You know. Well,
Yeah.
I know one word, fafangulo.
No,
Hey.
no.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows that one.
Well, I'll catch you guys later. Good for having you. I'll see you around, man.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Oh, that was a fun interview. So, last one, we have one question for you, Alex. How did you like Jake Hawley riding up your rear?
Hey, Weldy. Well, it was a cool drift, I guess. But yeah, not ideal in any of the. Yeah, both races got punted from behind, so at least in the sprint it didn't really have an impact on the result because I still got away with a reverse pole. But yeah, just made it all harder. Tires were really warm at some point. And, yeah.
And second race, help me out here. Where did you end up? Because I completely forgot. I keep messing up the names.
I was coming for P4, but then I got punted and was P8. But yeah, James apologized.
Oh yeah, you got all swamped because of that small incident.
Yeah. It was a fun race. Nevertheless, I don't know. The feature was okay. I knew I had not the same pace as everyone else in the top 10 today because I couldn't practice at all. And yeah, I mean, I knew I was gonna move backwards after the pit stop, but then I let Rene pass and try to fuel save as much as I could. After the pit stop, I saw that I was coming out P4, P5. Like it was a huge group for P1 actually, P1 to P9, I think. So yeah, I thought, okay, this is better than I thought. I guess there was like some kind of fighting behind while I was running at the front, and that gave me that little margin. But yeah, then fighting for P5 before Rene crashed. Yeah, that happened, and at that point there was just 2 laps left, and the tires were just too cooked with the drift. There was no feeling. Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable with the setup either because yeah, couldn't do anything about it. I just changed the session and raced, and I didn't have confidence in the braking. So yeah, like James said, he saw that he was outbraking me pretty much everywhere, every hard braking zone, and he thought he could have the gap there, and that's why he went for it. There wasn't really a gap, but yeah, to be fair, he was. I would have done the same probably if I saw the car in front of me was braking so poorly like I was doing. So yeah, it happens, I guess.
Yeah. Still, you ended up being at the front of the pack, and I think you had well. Besides that, you got some contact here and there. You probably had a lot of fun. Is there anybody you want to thank, especially me and Sam, because we turned up because Pete is a dick and he's on a holiday?
Yeah, shout out to Pete. Nice.
No.
Okay, see you, Alex.
Okay, bye, Alex.
No. Of course, thanks a lot to you guys. Dealing with the struggles with the session, with the buggy UI or whatever it was. Yeah, you kind of solved it pretty fast. And yeah, thanks to you both, because I think you do a pretty good job at the booth. Even though it's not your main thing, but I think you really have a talent for this, a hidden talent. But yeah, thanks also to you, Randemis, for racing today with me, and everyone who showed up. Because like I said last week, we still get like, I don't know how many cars were on the grid today.
33.
Yeah, 33, 35. Yeah, 35.
I said
Still
33, so it's 33.
All right, 33. Alonso, sorry, Verstappen's.
Why are you wrong? It's 35.
Yeah, it's 35. I know. I saw it. But yeah, it's still a pretty impressive number. Throughout the whole season, pretty much, I would say this is the lowest number we've seen. Yeah, up to almost 50, 49 cars, and a minimum of 35. That's pretty cool. And yeah, without people racing, it wouldn't be fun. Today, actually, yeah, it was, like you said, it was pretty fun. I actually qualified P23. I ended up P8 in the feature with possibilities of P4. That was super fun. P23 to P15 in the first race was mega fun. I had a lot of battles there, and the level is just insane. You see Pro-Am, Pro, even some Am drivers just mixed up in the bunch, and everyone has pretty good level for racing, and they make it fun. So thanks to everyone who joined, and yeah, I guess our team sponsors had the racing line, and I raced by Adam Talsma, and
Well,
that's it.
Good to hear that you have fun, Alex, and well, let's hope for some really good socials and maybe some clips, from me and Sam yelling about everything and calling everybody names. Well, good to have you, and I'm looking forward to the next one, man.
Thanks, Wally. See you, man.
So now it all comes to an end, and we have to do one more thing, Sam. And as Pete says, I'm going to call you on the spot, but I am not. I am actually thinking about who I wanted to give the driver of the meeting, and I think that's going to be Rob Sutherland. Rob did a really good job in AM class, and he increased his gap in the standings, and we haven't seen one single mistake of him during the race. My vote is going to Rob.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal. I said it when he crashed, or when he was up there with the driver with a vote for me, but I'll go the easy go. Yeah, I think Miguel did the best race today. If you take both races, second, first, there's nothing you can argue about that. And I had Daniel Mears also aligned for the vote, but the pace after the pit stop wasn't there. So yeah, I'm going with Miguel. I think that's a safe bet.
Well, I think that is a good call as well. But yeah, if I vote for Miguel, I'm biased because he's my ex-teammate and I hate him for fuel saving. No, I think that is a fair call, mate. Miguel and Rob, it is for the driver of the meeting. I think we managed tonight, fam, and I think we did an amazing job. And obviously, as we said, buy tickets for the O2 Arena. It's only $30. Already quit, whatever you want to give us, because all our jokes are ChatGPT generated and we don't have any personality at all. Anyway, so it's all come to an end, and we hope you'll see you guys next time on track. I probably will be there as well. I bought a new rig. I bought an aluminum. I can't quite pronounce that word.
Oh, stop aluminum.
Right? I bought a new rig, so I'm definitely now 0.005 seconds quicker than I was. Good. for everyone to tune in for the broadcast. And if you haven't, give us a thumbs up at the broadcast and also share everything, clip everything you want to, like me talking Spanish to Italian people. It's going to be great. Anyway, thanks for all and all the drivers. Thank you, Sam, and thanks for everybody tuning in and being here and creating our BSTV community. That's going to be it for tonight, and I'll catch you all later.
Yep, thanks, probably, and see you all next time.